Huh? There. Oh.
Hey now, and welcome down to KCToyreviews. We are here today with a very exciting review, and that is with the luxury version of Gollum Smeagol by Asmus. And as you can clearly see in front of us, this is one absolutely exceptional and unique 1/6 scale figure set. So, as always, let's go ahead, fine comb those details, hold each other's hands, and dive right the hell goddamn in. Alright, so here we are again with Gollum to the left and Smeagol to the right. And as I've mentioned in a lot of my videos, I am an absolute sucker for customized 1/6 scale figures. And in front of us, well, is just that, but to the next level. Asmus has absolutely brought us a stellar piece as always. But not only that, they've made the body seamless, they've killed it with the head sculpt, and they've included two pieces if you get the luxury set with this included amazing base that you see in the middle. Now, just as a quick side note, you absolutely can purchase these guys individually. For starters, you have the option to purchase Smeagol on his own by himself. He comes with the one ring, movable eyes, as I said earlier, a fantastic head sculpt, and then the body set that we'll get into further detail later. And of course, you also have the option to buy Gollum by himself, with this menacing, very scary head sculpt, and same as Smeagol, movable eyes, seamless body, and well, probably we'll mention this several times in the video, the bodies are the same throughout both characters that we're seeing here, but the head sculpts are clearly vastly different from one another. As we dive a little bit deeper into the head sculpts, let's start with Smeagol. For starters, if you are not familiar with the difference between Smeagol and Gollum, well, a quick story and background between the two. After the one ring, which you see in shot right now, drove Smeagol to madness, he basically had split personalities, one being Smeagol, his original hobbit self, the other being Gollum. Gollum being because he used to cough or something like that, and as he coughed, it sounded like the word Gollum. And from that point became two split personalities, Gollum and Smeagol. And sadly to say, a lot of the reason behind this was because he was so incredibly lonely by himself. And all he had was the ring, aka his precious. And before we take a closer look at Gollum, let's note a few things while we have this guy in shot. So for starters, well, whether it's a good or bad thing, Asmus, this ring, it did it exactly as I was thinking. This ring, oh my God, I'm in a stretch. I'm such an old man. The one ring itself, you do have to manually place between the fingers here. Now, let's note a few things. It wasn't hard. It was actually very easy to put it between these fingers. However, if I were to give some feedback to Asmus, I would have included this hand with a ring basically just sculpted into it permanently. I mean, let's think about it. This hand here without the ring in shot makes no sense by itself. So whether we had this hand or a ring within it, no matter what, we are going to have a ring being held in shot with this type of hand. In my opinion, whether it's the Smeagol head sculpt in shot or the Gollum one, as we can clearly see here, the head sculpt is insane. It's lifelike, dare I say, almost real. Something I say all the time, but a slight glisten to the eyes. I mean, the detail to the eye and the eyeballs alone is incredible. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, but the eyeballs are absolutely movable, so you do have a little tool that's included in both head sculpts. Again, whether it's the Gollum or Smeagol one, you can move these eyeballs left, right, up, and down, cross-eyed, whatever the hell you want to do with it. I mean, the paint application, the skin tone, you can see this human-like skin tone that runs throughout the head sculpts, little dots. And then his baldish hair that, almost knocked him over. His baldish hair that flows on each side is expertly crafted. The teeth, the nose, the wrinkles. I mean, I cannot stress enough. They have nailed it with this head sculpt on top of a customized body. I am so excited that it is legit hard to hold back as I talk through this video. And as I mentioned, everybody lately is just bitching and moaning. Seamless, everyone needs to have seamless. I mean, I get it. It's cool. It's great to have seamless. And clearly, they've killed it with this. But not every single figure needs to have it. But with that said, Gollum basically being a naked man, yes, seamless was the way to go. We can see a sunken rib cage, some nipples up in here. Seamless arms, I think you only want to bend them to a 90 degree, but again, just look how amazing this looks. Absolutely incredible. The posability and the display options with this piece are absolutely never ending. And yes, I'm going to do it. Forgive me, Asmus. I mean, the entire time I watched Lord of the Rings, I was wondering, does Gollum have a wiener? Yeah, he's got a wiener. That's right. Gollum's got a small, tiny wiener and kind of like a little pot belly going up in here, a little beer belly going up in here. So anyways, Asmus went to the next level. I gotta believe that this body and sculpt are 100% customized. So we got a little Gollum wiener up in there. We have an incredible head sculpt. As I've said, not only throughout the head sculpt itself, but through the body, the paint application, the skin tone, little dots and everything throughout here look absolutely incredible. And all while we're saying that, we are talking about insane posability and articulation with this guy. And very obvious and prominent in shot now is the rock pond base. Again, I've mentioned this earlier, a crucial part to this set. If you had just gotten Gollum or Smeagol by himself, it doesn't come with this amazing rock base, which in my opinion is very iconic to Gollum. And as we can see in shot here, we do have legs that are interchangeable. I'll show that off shortly, but basically the legs that we saw earlier in shot and this are now different. These are pre-bended knees that you can put on this guy. The arms are the same, but because they can bend nicely and they do have that seamless look, we can grab that rock nice. We have the bended knees and this incredible face sculpt that now, in my opinion, has a statue-like appearance. And the reason I say that is, again, these seamless arms, the pre-bended knees and the feet, the way everything grasps this rock look very natural, and this was pulled off within seconds. I can put this guy in a ton of different poses, grab this rock in several different ways, which lead to a dynamic range of photography and videography with this absolutely incredible figure. The rock itself has a nice paint application. I see green, I see white, I see gray. And on top of that, a couple different layers. I see a little bit of crust on the outside, and just the overall detail of the rock was very nicely done. And as we can see here, very similar to the Smeagol head sculpt, this Gollum head sculpt is downright nasty. It's scary looking. We have jagged teeth, a slight glisten to the eyes, and the same movable eyeball system where I can put this left, right, do whatever the hell I want to it. And on top of that bald head sculpt is actual rooted hair and a fantastic paint application that is very reminiscent of an actual skin tone. Pull everything together to make one hell of a 1/6 scale figure. And that's right, this is a 1/6 scale figure. Very rare that we see something this custom and on top of that, this accurate. As I've pointed out earlier, we have the quote-unquote one true ring itself. Incredibly small, yet it does the job that's needed. We have this included fish. I mean, there's one that comes with each character if you did go with the luxury edition. I mean, the fish is actually really nicely painted. You can see an actual pink line inside the gills, a gradient gray look throughout the fish itself. I mean, no complaints whatsoever. Pretty cool accessory. And very obvious over here, we have 3 pairs of hands with a little pointer finger over here. Hey, what's going on over there? We got that pointer finger. We have these grab 'em like hands here. This is the one that holds the ring, as I've showed several times. Very easy to grab that ring. Let me just pick that ring up right there. Oh, it actually worked. What the The hell? Yeah, that's right, Asmus. You guys rock it. He can even put that ring on the tip of his finger and wear it if he wants. If we can kind of see here, there's actual purple veins, so the hands are this nice silicone feel to it. Amazing paint applications. And then I can't be the only one that's thinking this. These are the legs I mentioned earlier. Oh, I think they go on this side here. If you want, you can plug in these legs and go for kind of a pre-bended knee look. But I can't be the only one that thinks, these look like frog legs. I mean, come on. I want to eat these things, fry them up, put them in a little batter, some soy sauce, some banchan on there. Yeah, let me get some frog legs up in here. But they reminded me of a nice, sexy pair of frog legs. As I've said several times through this video, these legs are the same thing. Amazing paint applications, similar to the hands. We have this blue veins throughout the legs there. They have just really absolutely nailed it with the overall look, tone, paint application, and quality of this figure from head to toe. And just so you can truly understand the difference, here are the frog legs, the pre-bended ones, and then here are the seamless legs that we can bend. I do see in the instructions you don't want to bend them too much past the 90-degree angle, which I would say would go with any seamless body, just fear and ripping or anything like that. But they almost look like an alien finger or something like that, like a knuckle and everything. Just the absolute incredible paint application and detail on these legs is next level. And of course, included with the luxury edition is this incredible base. The rock base is amazing. You got a little fish down there, a little resin water pond below. The rock has kind of a wet moss looking realish look to it. And as we've seen in shot a couple times, Gollum just really grabs and sits on this rock very nicely. I think something like this, when you have it in your collection, I have a few diorama-ish type bases, I think truly add a next level dynamic pose and really end up being a standout piece amongst the rest of your 1/6 scale collection. And there we have it, Smeagol and Gollum by Asmus Toys, which lately have absolutely been killing it in the Lord of the Rings category. Most recently, Gandalf the White was another stellar knockout 1/6 scale representation from the Lord of the Rings series, and of course in front of us, Gollum has absolutely followed that trend. And dare I say, it might actually be to a next level, because again, throughout this video I've hammered this in, we have a 1/6 scale custom body, which is very, very rare in our hobby. Not only have they crafted a 1/6 scale custom body to represent Gollum, Asmus has absolutely done it to a flawless level. We have seamless arms, seamless legs, swap out legs that are pre-bended into the knee position, so we don't have fear of damaging those seamless legs. Stellar paint application, which drills down to this amazing skin tone with blue veins throughout the hands, the body, the legs, everything from head to toe. And when we pair all of this with this incredible diorama base, I almost laugh with excitement because of the posability options. They are endless with this figure. And something that I probably should have harped on more throughout the video, the likeness of Gollum itself as far as scale, size, representation, and quality of head sculpt is next level. Dare I say, this is not only the definitive version of a 1/6 scale Gollum, but this is 100% as good as you will ever get. If you are a fan of Gollum, if you are a fan of Lord of the Rings, jump on this figure now, because you will never ever see something like this again. The true test of this figure is indeed time. Will it rip? Will it tear? That is the question that most enthusiasts are going to have with this figure, but in my opinion, Asmus is a next level quality company, and I think this figure is going to hold up for a long, long time. Perhaps it's best to keep him safe more in museum poses or straight arm poses so there's no fear of damaging it. But with that said, the fact that you can pose this thing in a million different options with those seamless arms, with those seamless legs, leaves you with one hell of a figure. And I think that's a great segue to a score on this figure. And well, dare I say, we have an almost damn near flawless figure in front of us. With around a $250 to $270 price point for the luxury edition, which comes with the base, 2 figures, a bunch of hands, some fish, and the 1 ring, I cannot think of too much wrong with this. So with all that said, as far as a score on this guy, I mean, dare I say, as it spins in front of me, the score is almost going up and up because this is an incredible looking 1/6 scale figure. I'm going to land on a 9.3 out of 10. That's right, a 9.3 out of 10, probably one of the highest scores I've given in a long time. And well, again, the reason for that is as it spins in front of me, this thing looks like a goddamn statue. A statue that I can pose into multiple different options. And on top of that, I don't think we will see something this unique with this type of likeness, with this type of quality in a long, long time. Being a big fan of Lord of the Ring and especially the orcs, if we can apply this technology to some amazing orcs going forward, I think some of us fans will crap our pants. That's right, I'll wear a diaper as the orc announcements come out because I know I will not be able to handle it. I will crap my kadoozies. So we're going to go ahead and wrap it up here today at KC Toys with a 9.3 out of 10. And one of the most unique figures I've seen in a long time. With a Gollum. Catch you guys next time. Hope I don't break it when I do this or drop the fish or break the amazing base. But I'm going to do it anyways. See you guys later.
Hard.